like rocket fuel.
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Redskins. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Josh Jacobs, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Jackson. Underneath for Johnson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting to play. The ball comes out.
Plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he is tackled. Inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's another Washington Redskins.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36-yard line.
Undercrush.
Play action. Now Jackson. Buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. And the Seahawks 30-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A quick throw there out to Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. We know this offense, they're built around passing the football. That time, the running game didn't suit them so well.
Not so well, but they have to do it every so often. You have to be able to control the pass rush a little bit, make them somewhat hesitant before they come and get your quarterback, at least have the illusion that you have a running game.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Right there in the middle, 55.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And Darnold, he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out and for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. The first carry now, this is Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Washington Redskins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is Carson. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. On 3rd down, it's Carson, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Johnson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. This time Jackson will throw it. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And he's not going to get the first down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or two short. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Here's Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Now throwing on first down and completing it. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50. The 30, past the 20, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
The extra point hitting the right upright, but it caroms home, and the lead grows to 10-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. O'Shane Ximines in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slapped. And he's going to go down way back at the 42-yard line. Bobby Wagner and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On first down, Carson, and he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, orbit. Lady.
Play action, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 15.
Jackson from the shotgun. Complete. It's Johnson. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Kelvin Harmon, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Lady, 61, matchbox lights. Young lady, check 37, check 37. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Young lady, switch. Young lady, jump, it's that.
Penny, a 1st down carry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got his man. It's Williams. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics. That's usually not good in this league. And this team won from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31-32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They run again with Carson. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now it's Darnold. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Right there in the middle, 55. Check, 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 check.
It's complete to Williams. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Tight dog, tight dog.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
That's caught at the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 59 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 9th touchdown of the season. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always do.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. Had a good move, but only able to work it to the 20-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Darnold completes it, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun, flushed out right. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards.
Let's make these babies cry.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Redskins nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Steps away. And going. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Jackson. They complete it to Hill. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And now it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here with Penny. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And his throw here's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with some under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
This pass finds its way to Williams. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Off of play action, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bilal Nichols in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Rashad Penny And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking at your plays. Oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Switch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
58, Mike. Wild Bill.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Well, part of the offense gets to take the knee, but the defense should take a bow on that sidelines. What a game, shutting them out.
I like the way you put it there. You wordsmithed that one perfectly. Take a knee offense, you get to celebrate, you got the win. But defensively, wow, they'll be sailing as they go forward.
Darnold is going to take a knee, and that should just about do it. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Seahawks, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?